At least 57 Palestinians, most of them children, have now died from starvation in Gaza as Israel's total blockade on food, water, and aid enters its third month. The Gaza government media office confirmed the figures on Saturday, accusing Israel of using food as a weapon of war. Miles of aid trucks remain stuck at the Rafah border, unable to cross, while children have been seen scavenging through garbage in Gaza City. Community kitchens have shut down, and aid groups say they've run out of supplies. Among the youngest victims is Jainin Salah al-Sakafi, a baby girl who died from malnutrition and dehydration at Rantizi Hospital. Meanwhile, Gaza's health system is collapsing. Rafah's Kuwaiti hospital says 75% of essential medicines are unavailable, and doctors are urgently calling for international intervention to reopen borders and evacuate critical patients. All this is happening as Israeli airstrikes continue. Between Thursday and Saturday, at least 70 more people were killed and over 270 injured, including women, a fisherman, and residents of what was previously designated as a safe zone in Al-Mawasi. In Tel Aviv, thousands of Israeli protesters gathered outside the defense ministry on Saturday, demanding that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu prioritize hostage negotiations over expanding military operations in Gaza. Families of the 59 captives held by Hamas expressed alarm, saying a wider offensive could endanger their loved ones. A video released by Hamas appears to show one captive, Maxim Herkin, injured and buried under rubble after an Israeli strike. The family's campaign, Bring Them Home, criticized Netanyahu's policies, warning that expanding the fighting will endanger the kidnapped, the living and the dead alike. But Netanyahu, standing firm, stated that the supreme goal is victory over enemies. Israel intercepted another missile fired from Yemen on Saturday, the third Houthi attack in 24 hours. Air raid sirens were triggered, but no casualties were reported. The Houthis said the attacks were a response to Israel's actions in Gaza. In response, the United States launched 2 more airstrikes, this time targeting Cameron Island and Hodeidah port, just a day after pounding the Ras Isa oil port, where 80 people were killed in one of the deadliest U.S. attacks in Yemen to date. UK-based watchdog Airwars estimates between 27 and 55 civilian deaths in March, with even higher numbers feared for April. Amid the violence, Yemen's Prime Minister Ahmed Awad bin Mubarak resigned Saturday, citing cabinet infighting and political deadlock. He's been replaced by Finance Minister Salem bin Brake, but the transition comes at a time of deep instability. The Houthis, still unrecognized by much of the global community, remain the dominant force in northern Yemen, including the capital Sana'a. At least 2 civilians were killed and 8 injured in overnight Israeli airstrikes on Syria, with 15 raids reported including 8 in Damascus alone. Israel claims it was targeting anti-aircraft and missile infrastructure, as well as protecting Syria's Druze minority, but Druze leaders say they don't want protection, they want peace. Israeli justification has drawn sharp criticism. The Syrian government and Druze leadership had already reached de-escalation agreements, including handing over heavy weapons and assigning local forces to maintain order in volatile areas like Saweda. The United Nations condemned the attacks. UN envoy Geir Peterson called them continued and escalating violations of Syrian sovereignty. On the ground, Syrians say foreign airstrikes risk reigniting sectarian tensions and deepening instability in a country already fractured by years of war.